Trump's new tactic, his campaign signaling a possible change on immigration as he faces backlash over his attempts to appeal to minorities. And this morning, new questions for Hillary Clinton over her emails. Is she trying to blame Colin Powell for her problem?
Ryan Lochte still under fire despite his tearful apology for that scandal in Rio.
I just want to say I am truly 110%. I am sorry, and it won't happen again. I learned from it.
The U.S. Olympic Committee says the gold medalist and his teammates aren't off the hook. Now Lochte facing questions about endorsements and his future in the pool.
And spectacular finish. The 2016 Summer Games come to a colorful close in Rio. America's breakout star Simone Biles carrying the stars and stripes as Team USA racks up more gold medals. Clarissa Shields making history in the ring.
Golden again.
Now joining us live. And the men's basketball team ahead above the rest, closing out the games on top for Team USA.
Live in Times Square. This is Good Morning America.
And Good Morning America, great to start the week here in Times Square, and what a finish to those Olympics. There you see the fireworks, waterfalls, as well at the closing ceremonies, and 121 medals for Team USA.
Incredible. And then Simone Biles carrying the flag for America in Maracana Stadium. President Obama saying he couldn't be prouder of Team USA. Your determination and passion inspired so many of us. You carried that flag high tonight, Simone Biles. And then Simone replying, thank you, such a huge honor. Go USA.
What a treat she was to watch during the whole Olympics. We're going to have more on the Olympics coming up. Also the latest from Ryan Lochte. But we begin with those massive wildfires in Washington, forcing evacuations, scorching thousands of acres. ABC's Clayton Sandell is on the scene in Spokane County. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, George, and take a look behind me. Just hours ago, all of this burning rubble behind me here was someone's home, and you can see now just how little is left. But take a look over here. You don't see as many flames, but when I look at it through my heat-sensing camera here, you can see just how red hot the ground here still is, thanks to that monster wildfire that came with little warning. This morning, wildfires are raging just outside Spokane, Washington.
Just massive fire going down.
3 out-of-control blazes engulfing nearly 8,000 acres in less than 24 hours. At least a dozen homes and buildings burned to the ground. Flames threatening neighborhoods and forcing immediate evacuations.
People need to leave now.
Overnight, one of those fires growing rapidly from 250 acres to 5,000, where hundreds of firefighters are battling the flames, dropping fire retardant from the air. And on the ground, evacuating at least 100 people from their homes. Officials say a second fire was sparked by a downed power line. The home that once stood here, now nothing but charred rubble and ash. Neighbors say the homeowners were lucky to be out of town.
Gone up in flames. It's a gut wrencher. It hurts. All gone with nothing to show.
A third blaze visible from many front yards Sunday afternoon, still showing no signs of slowing down. Now, the good news is there have been no reported deaths or injuries. The bad news is they still don't know how many homes look like this. George?
Okay, Clayton, thanks very much. Let's get more on this now from Ginger. It's not just Washington State, the whole West.
Yeah, 25 large wildfires burning from California to Nevada up to Montana. So it's a large area. Places like Bakersfield, California, where that cedar fire is ongoing, grew more than 9,000 acres over the weekend. 4 million acres burned so far this year, and we've got fire watches and warnings centered on the northern Rockies. So from Montana down through parts of Wyoming, that cold front's going to slip, and that's the instigator. That's the thing that kicks up the winds. You get a gust up to 40. It's already dry. It's already hot, and the fires just keep going. Coming up in a couple of minutes, my hometown and parts of West Michigan to Ohio had a tornado over the weekend. I'm going to show you the pictures and show you where the severe weather moves next.
Okay, thanks very much, Ginger.
Thanks, Ginger. And now to the race for the White House and Donald Trump's campaign trying a new tactic, signaling a possible shift on immigration as the Clinton camp releases a new attack ad this morning. ABC's Tom Yamas is here with all the latest on that. Good morning, Tom.
Amy, good morning to you. We are less than 80 days out before Election Day, 78 to be exact, but who's counting? A new ad war is now underway between Trump and Clinton and what looks like a policy shift from the GOP nominee.
This morning, Donald Trump's new campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, signaling Trump may be backing off his proposed deportation force when it comes to undocumented immigrants.
You're going to have a deportation force, and you're going to do it humanely.
He will lay out the specifics of that plan that he would implement as President of the United States.
Will that plan include a deportation force?
To be determined.
This as Trump is hitting roadblocks when it comes to minority outreach, some calling this statement offensive.
You're living in poverty, your schools are no good, you have no jobs, 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose? And at the end of 4 years, I guarantee you that I will get over 95% of the African American vote. I promise you.
George asking Conway about it.
But many in the African American community saw that as insulting, because they say most African Americans don't live in poverty, and that Mr. Trump was making those comments in communities that are more than 90% white.
But those comments are for all Americans, and I live in a white community. I'm white. I was very moved by his comment. In other words, he is trying to tell Americans that we can do better.
Trump's tough talk starting to come back to haunt him. This morning, the Clinton campaign out with a new ad.
In times of crisis, America depends on steady leadership.
Knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously.
Clear thinking.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
And calm judgment.
And you can tell them to go themselves.
The ad argues Trump is too unstable when it comes to national security issues.
And as Trump is now reshaping some of his message, he's also started debate prep. Sources tell ABC News Trump will be watching Clinton's past debate performances from her Senate and presidential campaigns and still getting advice from Roger Ailes. And eventually, George, he will be holding mock debates with someone standing in as Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who that is. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Now, a new twist in that Clinton email controversy. Colin Powell is speaking out. John Carl joins us with more on that. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. When it comes to her email controversy, Hillary Clinton has often tried to use former Secretary of State Colin Powell as essentially an alibi. Her basic argument, he did it too. Most recently, Mrs. Clinton reportedly told the FBI that Powell had actually advised her to use a private email. The details of Powell's advice is included in a new book by journalist Joe Conason, who writes, quote, Powell told her to use her own email as he had done, except for classified communications, which he had sent and received via a State Department computer. Powell thus confirmed a decision she had made months earlier to keep her personal account and use it for most messages. Now, over the weekend, Powell has pushed back, telling People magazine, quote, her people have been trying to pin it on me. The truth is, she was using it for a year before I sent her a memo telling her what I did. It's also important to point out, George, that what Powell did is much different. He didn't set up his own personal server, and Powell was Secretary of State before rules were put in place telling State Department employees not to use personal email for official business. In other words, there really isn't much of a comparison here, and as you could see from what Powell said over the weekend, he's a little bit irritated by those trying to make a comparison.
Yeah, seemed a little fed up with it all. Any reaction yet from the Clinton camp?
No, I asked directly the Clinton camp this morning about this. No reaction to Powell's latest comment.
Okay, John Carl, thanks very much. Let's get more on this now from Matthew Dowd. Maybe no reaction is the best reaction. The more Clinton and their team talk about this, the more trouble they get into.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing to watch these two candidates who seem invariably to step in it on their own and get in their own way on the course of the race on this. Hillary Clinton's biggest problem is trust, and every time these things come up, it compounds it.
Meanwhile, you've seen over the last week with this new leadership team in place for Donald Trump some changes. He expressed regret for the first time, although didn't say exactly what it was for. You saw that outreach to the African American community, and now some talk about maybe shifting his position on immigration, which has been the central pillar of his campaign.
Well, I think Ryan Lochte actually done a better job of expressing regret over the last 3 days than Donald Trump. Donald Trump did it once. Ryan Lochte now has done it 4 or 5 times in the course of this. I think the problem with Donald Trump, especially on the African-American community, it's a bit like a preacher who's supposed to be doing international missionary work, but who stays at home at his church in Manhattan and speaks to the already converted. He should be talking actually to the community that he wants to impact. Part of this, obviously, is to demonstrate to the Republicans that he's got his campaign together, but time will tell. This race, though, the balance and steadiness of this race is this is a 4 or 5 point race again. After an initial bump, we're back to a 4 or 5
so
point race.
If Donald Trump can start to bring down the numbers of those people who think, one, he's unqualified, or two, that he's biased against minorities, which I assume is why he's speaking out about the African-American community, that could really close this race.
Yeah, I think this race is meant to be close in the course of this. Now, we have to look at the target states in the course of this, but as the national number changes, the target states change in the course of this. In what I think is we have to focus on the debate. The debate will determine the winner or loser of this campaign.
And the first one is supposed to be on September 26th, but when I talked to Kellyanne Conway yesterday, she didn't commit to the schedule set out by the Commission on Presidential Debates.
They have to do this debate much more than Hillary. Donald Trump needs this debate. Hillary Clinton actually doesn't need this debate. Donald Trump has to have this debate to change the dynamic of this race.
So even though he's still negotiating, he's going to have to accept what they put out?
He's got to accept what they put up because he needs this race. When you're 4 or 5 points behind and it's solid, the only way to change that is with a debate.
Okay, Matt Dowd, thanks very much.
All right, guys, and now to new questions about how prepared our airports are for an actual emergency after that chaos erupted at JFK in New York last week over false reports of gunfire. ABC's David Curley is at Reagan National Airport outside of Washington, D.C. Good morning, David.
Morning, Amy. While these questions are being raised about JFK, the question is, are there broader implications? This morning, a powerful U.S. senator wants answers. He wants to know whether all our airports are prepared for a mass shooting or a terrorist attack. It was panic.
Roger, we're getting reports, gunshots.
Passengers running, they thought, for their lives.
Put into action the active shooter plan at this time.
The shocking pictures on the tarmac
Have available strike teams head over to that location.
are not only flyers running, but security personnel, too.
Someone started screaming and everyone just literally dropped their bags on the tarmac running. There were even TSA people running.
One suggestion? That someone heard what turned out to be applause for the Olympics a week ago at JFK and yelled someone was shooting. It was a false alarm, but it was the scene that alarms New York senior senator.
No one was leading them to safety. No one was telling them the right thing. In fact, it was reported that several TSA agents shouted out someone had a gun or there's terrorism.
The worry? Every airport is responsible for its own security, and Schumer says that leads to a patchwork of law enforcement, local police, sheriff, and contractors. That's the reason the senator says it may not be just JFK, but other American airports that could see panic like this if there is a real shooting. Now, Schumer's asking for a federal investigation. He wants the Department of Homeland Security to look at JFK and see if there are broader lessons that can apply to all of our airports. Amy?
All right, David, thank you for that. We turn now to the Zika virus and a new warning about where it could turn up next. Federal health officials say recent flooding in Louisiana and Texas is putting those states at higher risk for spread of the disease. A record amount of standing water is thwarting mosquito control efforts. Concern has mounted since officials confirmed Zika has spread in South Florida from downtown Miami to Miami Beach, prompting a travel warning for pregnant women. Health officials warn it could be 2 years before the U.S. stamps out Zika for good. Well, new details overnight about the death of music icon Prince. The Associated Press is reporting some of the pain pills taken from his estate after his death were mislabeled and actually contained fentanyl. That is the narcotic that killed him, which is 50 times more powerful than heroin. An official close to the investigation says at least one pill labeled as hydrocodone tested positive for fentanyl. Investigators are not sure how Prince obtained those drugs. George?
Okay, we're going to move on now to Rio and that spectacular closing ceremony for the Summer Olympics. We saw Simone Biles carry the flag for Team USA right there. It capped a triumphant run, including gold medal in men's basketball. ABC's Matt Gutman has been there from the start, and Matt, these games had it all.
Absolutely, George. There was American medal triumph and the Ryan Lochte scandal, and so far, no Zika. But last night's glittering spectacle had it all with flying acrobats and the ceremonial passing of the torch from the Rio Games to the Japan Games in Tokyo in 2020 that was heavy on the Nintendo themes.
One more chance to samba in Rio. The closing ceremony celebrating the last day of the games with a taste of Carnival.
5 medals, 4 gold.
Simone Biles leading the way for Team USA, the 5-time medalist carrying the flag through a rain-soaked Maracanã Stadium, even causing this athlete traffic jam as Olympians lined up to snap selfies with her in their ponchos. But a little bad weather couldn't stop the party. Brazil passing the torch to Tokyo, the host of 2020 Summer Games. Team USA ending its 16-day Olympic run the same way it started, with a gold. Sunday night, the men's basketball team crushing Serbia.
Here's Durant for three.
The all-star lineup, led by Kevin Durant, 30 points, earning Team USA its 121st and final medal of the game.
She's saying, bring it on. I'm the champ.
But they weren't alone. American middleweight boxer Clarissa Shields winning her second straight Olympic gold medal.
Golden again. Clarissa Shields.
Just as she promised me she would last week.
What happens after the games, assuming you win gold? Thought about it?
There's no assuming, but I'll definitely win gold here after that.
The 21-year-old is now the only U.S. boxer with 2 golds, bringing the hardware she won in the 2012 games with her to the podium.
Kyle Snyder of the United States. Can he hang on just a little longer?
And in wrestling, Kyle Snyder grappling for another gold for Team USA. At 20 years old, he's now the youngest American Olympic wrestling champ.
Galen will get a medal to go with that silver from London.
In the men's marathon, American runner Galen Rupp citing an Adam Sandler flick as inspiration for his bronze medal performance.
I was watching Happy Gilmore the other day, and you know, he fights being a golfer. I fought being a marathoner.
Rupp's teammate, marathoner Meb Keflezighi, slipping just a few steps away from the finish line, then doing a few impromptu push-ups before finishing the race in 33rd place.
Okay, so Simone Biles is 4'8". That flag she was carrying is 9 feet tall, about twice her height. And with wind swirling here at about 50 miles an hour yesterday, carrying that flag may have been the hardest thing she's had to do at these games. So I'm going to give her a perfect 10 for that. Also getting a perfect 10, Japan's prime minister, who morphed into Super Mario during that closing ceremony. It was probably one of the coolest things we saw. Guys.
Great job, Matt.
Yeah, how about a perfect 10 for Matt after 3 weeks straight?
Yeah,
Still smiling.
come home.
And Amy, you were there in Rio, too. What was the highlight for you?
Oh, without a doubt, watching Simone Biles just kill it on all of the events. I mean, she really is perfection. Just watching her flawlessly smile through some of the most amazing athletic feats you could imagine doing, and she knew she was going to bring home gold. She did make it look easy. Jesse Palmer's got the final medal count. We got a lot of them, Jess.
That's right, Amy. You know, it was a hard-fought 16 days, but in the end, an impressive show for all of the American athletes in Rio. Team USA topping the list in most gold medals as well as the overall count. So here's the breakdown. The U.S. snagging 121 total medals. That's 46 gold, 37 silver, and 38 bronze. And that actually breaks the U.S.'s overall medal record set back in the 2008 the Beijing Olympics when they had 110 total medals. But it's also worth noting that most of the gold medals by the Americans were won by women. And of course, leading the way, you mentioned her earlier, was gymnastics superstar Simone Biles. She walked away with 5 golds. Ditto for Katie Ledecky, who blew away the swimming competition early on. And for the men, no surprise here, Michael Phelps leaving Brazil with the most medals overall with 6, 5 of those gold, guys. It was a memorable Olympics for the U.S., no doubt about it, Amy and George.
It was. Thank you, Jesse. Let's go back to Ginger with that report from your home state.
Yeah, my home state, my hometown. It's one thing I'm always looking at radar over the weekend. And this was happening right by my parents' home. So they were in the basement. I was calling everybody. Friends and family are rushing. This is what it looked like outside their window. You can see the video. Yeah, right there from Wyoming, Michigan. And here's a look from Bradford, Ohio, because there were several tornadoes across the Great Lakes and Midwest, from Kentucky, also parts of Indiana, seeing tornadoes over the weekend. That front passes through. It's going to get out of here. Some of the coolest weather we've seen in more than a month and a half in some places. Let's get to the select cities, brought to you by Bank of America.
Before taking his team to state for the first time,
go get it, Marcus, go get it.
Coach Gilman used his Cash Rewards credit card from Bank of America to earn 1% cash back everywhere, every time, at places like the batting cages. 2% back at grocery stores, and now at wholesale clubs. And 3% back on gas, which helped him give his players something extra.
That's a little token.
The Cash Rewards credit card from Bank of America. More cash back for the things you buy most.
And a very good morning, meteorologist Brian Vandegraff. As you make your way out this morning, low humidity, feeling much more comfortable. Temperatures in the low 70s to start off this morning, climbing into the mid 80s this afternoon. Going to be a gorgeous day. A nice change from the high heat and humidity we've been stuck in as of late. Tomorrow, even more refreshing, 83 degrees for your Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, mid and upper 80s. We do see heat building by late week. Friday, back in the 90s, some afternoon showers and storms Friday, Saturday. Both days chances isolated about 30%.
And coming up on GMA, Ryan Lochte comes clean about his scandal in Rio.
I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for myself, for my family, and for my country.
The 12-time Olympic medalist may not be out of hot water yet.
And miracle rescue, a toddler trapped under a capsized boat. Rescuers trying